Donald Trump is spending his morning posting videos of Hillary Clinton. Yes, this, as the consumer expectation report from the University of Michigan shows, consumers expect there's going to be 6.7% inflation. It's the worst readout from the University of Michigan consumer sentiment report since 1981, the second lowest since the 1950s. This, as the bond market is melting down, as the dollar is collapsing, as mortgage rates soar above 7%, and as people's pensions, 401ks, and life savings are disappearing. Donald Trump is posting videos of Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump is also making posts like this morning. Donald, are you becoming a panickin? Donald Trump posts the following on daylight savings. He goes, the House and Senate should push hard for more daylight at the end of the day. Very popular, and most importantly, no more changing of the clocks, a big inconvenience for our government, a very costly event, all in caps, 3 exclamation points, DJT. By the way, that's why I refer to this as the Ponzi scheme presidency or the rug pull presidency. He just wants to pull that rug over you. Everyone, don't look at your 401ks or pensions. Don't worry about the bond markets. Don't worry that I lied to you and said that housing would be more affordable, but now mortgage rates are above 7%. Don't worry about the fact that the 10-year yield of Treasury notes is surging in areas that show a total lack in confidence in the full faith and credit of the United States Treasury. Don't worry about that. I got you. I got you when it comes to daylight savings. Or maybe I'm going to go to Fort Knox with Elon Musk and find some gold. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm going to get you some Doge rebate checks. Maybe I'll make you rich. 5,000 Doge rebate checks. How about no tax on tips? No tax on overtime? No tax on Social Security? How about all of that? I don't know where it is. I promised it, but maybe you'll get that. Who knows? Just don't get mad at me, please, American people. That's basically what he's doing here. This is what Donald Trump posted this morning as well. He goes, Russia, if you're listening, he posts the following. He goes, Russia has to get moving. Too many people he spells R-E-R-E, dying, thousands a week in a terrible and senseless war, a war that should never have happened and wouldn't have happened if I were president, exclamation point. Hey, Donald, didn't you say that you were going to bring peace to Ukraine in 24 hours? It would be so easy. You said even before you were sworn in, there would be peace in Ukraine. You said you were friends with Zelensky and you were friends with Putin. You knew them both well. You'd get him in the room and you'd say, hey, you do this. And then there would be peace in Ukraine. You did not do that. You made things far worse. You temporarily cut off satellites and other critical resources to Ukraine. You brought Zelensky in, tried to extort him in the White House, yelled at him, threatened a war hero in Zelensky. He stood up to you. Europe stood up to you. Now you're flustered. You don't know what to do at all. So you just do what you've always done, which is tweet about it, make social media posts about it. It looks utterly pathetic. And this is how you've done your tariff attacks as well, via tweet and social media posts. The world is both disgusted at you, laughing at you, repulsed at you, Donald. And then Donald posts the following because he is a total and utter fraud. This morning, Donald, you becoming a panickin, Donald? You seem like a panickin, Donald. Here's what he posts. He goes, we are doing really well on our tariff policy. Really well. Very exciting for America and the world. It is moving along quickly. DJT. All right, Donald. Is this kind of like COVID, like a miracle? It's going to go away like a miracle. It's going to disappear. This is what Donald Trump said. Remember what Donald Trump said as COVID was about to hit our shores and kill over 1 million people? Donald Trump said, like a miracle, it's all going to go away. Here, play this clip.
It's going to disappear. One day, it's like a miracle. It will disappear. And from our shores, it could get worse before it gets better. It could maybe go away. We'll see what happens. Nobody really knows.
Or what about when Donald Trump promised that when there were 15 cases of COVID, 15 would go to 0? Don't you worry. You have nothing to worry about. Here, play this clip.
We have a total of 15 cases. And again, when you have 15 people and the 15 within a couple of days is going to be down to close to 0, that's a pretty good job we've done.
Or what about when Donald said that Mexico was going to build a wall? Here, play this clip.
Who's going to pay for the wall? Who? 100%. 100%.
But folks, Donald Trump looks back at all of this and how he handled COVID or didn't handle it at all, and he gives himself an A. Remember when Donald Trump said that? Here, play this clip.
Esther coming from, and we did a great job, never got the credit for it, the ventilators, the therapeutics that we did, the robes, the goggles, everything.
Folks, it's the same exact vibes as Donald Trump causes catastrophe, calamity, cataclysm. You know what he does? He relies on state regime media to push out the lies. And he goes, what do you mean? It's great. Things are great. Let's take a look at the inflation expectations from the University of Michigan. They're soaring at their highest levels since 1981 across all political cohorts. People believe 6.7 will be the accurate reading of where inflation is going to go. By the way, China has retaliated again against the United States, and they have placed 125% tariffs against the United States as Trump raised them to 185 now, 145. Who even knows what they are? They're at levels that are so ridiculous that it basically collapses trade between the United States and China. And that's what China's finance ministry said. They called Trump's levies against China an absolute joke. You think they're backing down? They're calling you a joke. Donald, Xi Jinping isn't afraid of you. And here's what the China Finance Ministry says. Given that American goods are no longer marketable in China under the current tariff rates, if the U.S. further raises tariffs on Chinese exports, China will disregard such measures. In other words, you're a clown. We've raised him to 125%. Do what you want, Donald, but you've now made China a market that U.S. goods will not get into. One of the things we're learning as well is that the White House, that the Trump regime officials are begging China to give Donald Trump a call. They want Xi Jinping to call Donald Trump. Trump is waiting for Xi Jinping to call. But in China, they see it a little bit differently. Trump has told his team that China must be the first to make the move. But Beijing has repeatedly refused to arrange a leader-level phone call at all with the Trump regime. Going through the next headline right here, the 10-year Treasury note yield is on the verge of hitting 4.6%. As Spencer Akimian says, you are going to completely freeze the economy if you do not stop this trade war. Every day that goes by, you're risking an economic catastrophe at this point. I want to share this with you as well. An important update from the courts. And Katie Fang reports. So remember yesterday, the Supreme Court in a 9-0 unanimous decision found that the Trump regime needs to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia from El Salvador into the United States. He was kidnapped and he was sent to the El Salvador concentration camp. Despite the fact that there was that clear ruling from the Supreme Court, Stephen Miller, one of the Trump regime propagandists, claimed that SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, rejected the lower court and made clear that a district court judge cannot exercise Article 2 foreign affairs powers. The illegal alien terrorist is in the custody and control of a sovereign foreign nation. That's actually the opposite of what the Supreme Court ruled. The Supreme Court specifically ruled 9-0. The district court has jurisdiction over El Salvador, over the United States immigration, ICE sending or kidnapping and disappearing somebody to El Salvador. And they said that the Trump regime needs to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia. The Trump regime responded to the district court and said they need more time after the district court said, I want to know on Friday, where the hell is he? What have you done to facilitate his return? And so the Trump regime asked for more time and the judge denied it. The judge said, no, you did something patently unlawful. You kidnapped a human being. You sent him to El Salvador. You tell me today on Friday, where the hell is he? And that's what Judge Zinnes, a federal judge in Maryland, did. We'll keep you posted on that status as well. And just so you can see what this kind of the way the regime propaganda works, here's MAGA Republican Representative Riley Moore talking about that what Trump's doing here with these trade deals, this is going to be bigger than the Louisiana Purchase, bigger than Thomas Jefferson. This is incredible. This is what the MAGA Republican Party has become, a bunch of pathetic MAGA mush brain fools that look no different than the people you see in the North Korea, quote, parliament clapping for Kim Jong-un as he goes. And you're like, what the hell are we watching? That's what the Republican Party has become today under MAGA. Here, play this clip.
right? So they are in the disadvantaged position as it relates to negotiations. Their economy is so reliant on exports that any demand signal that drives that down is going to slow down their economy. We are in the trade deficit, and we hold the levers right now as it relates to this negotiation. And I think what you're seeing is an isolation going on by President Trump, who obviously has done a brilliant job negotiating this. And I think this deal right now, in my view, I think in terms of what the president is doing, this is going to be the biggest deal any president has ever closed since the Louisiana Purchase under Thomas Jefferson. So it's going to reorient the United States in that big of a manner. It's going to be huge. It's going to save states like West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. It's going to save our community.
So you do.
And folks, one of the things that even Newsmax can't ignore is just the reality. This is a headline from Newsmax. Egg prices reach record high of $6.23. Remember all last week, the Trump regime was saying egg prices are down. Egg prices are great. They're the lowest ever, as they were buying foreign eggs at higher prices to try to sell them lower so they could lie and defraud the American people and then claim actually that egg prices are down when in fact they were buying them at high prices abroad and then tariffing themselves through the egg prices abroad. Well, they're actually up, egg prices. And consumers believe inflation's going to hit 6.7%. Independents believe inflation's going to hit 6.2%. American people are pissed, and Donald Trump's posting videos about Hillary Clinton and posting about daylight savings time. We'll keep you posted with all this and more. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.